Hey guys, it's Bryony. So first of all, I want to apologise if you can hear a crying baby in the background of this video at any point. Little baby Jack is not happy today. I think he's got an upset stomach. But anyway, on to the video. Today's video is going to be like the second half to a video I did a few weeks back, I think, called my top 3 menstrual cups, and I said I would split it. Somebody asked me to do my top 3 menstrual cups and cloth pads, and I said I would split it and do menstrual cups and cloth pads separately because I know some people use menstrual cups and not cloth pads and vice versa. So I debated whether to do this video as my top 3 cloth pad brands or my top 3 cloth pads just individually, and I decided to go for the individual ones because I think I've done several videos in the past where I've talked about my favourite brands, but I don't think I've done a video, specifically on my top 3 pads that I like. And I picked these 3 for very different reasons, so I'll go through them. And of course, so the first pad that I picked is this 9-inch pad from County Cloth Creations. I will try and put the names in this video because some people asked for that in my last one. So this is, I think I actually got this in a D-Stash. I don't think I ordered this off them, which a D-Stash, by the way, is where somebody else has a pad that doesn't work for them and they sell it on, and then I bought it like that second hand essentially. And it's a good width for me. It's not too narrow and it's not too wide. It's a good length as well, although if I could choose I probably would have it a bit longer now. Back when I first started using cloth pads, I think I got this when I was about 16, so quite early on in my cloth pad wearing days, and that I used to like 9 inches for regular flow, whereas now I tend to like a little bit longer because I've grown and I move about quite a bit, so but it still is a really great length. The reason I love this one is because it's just so thin. It is unbelievably thin, this pad, and also when you're wearing it you basically can't feel it. It just contours really well to your body. It's not super contoury, but it's not super stiff either. It's just that perfect combination for me. It's just something that I really like, and it's got a cute little owl's print on it, and it's quite dark as well, so it doesn't tend to show up stains, which is always a plus with cloth pads, although I am quite good at getting stains out. There are some that just get stubborn and persist. It's backed in microfleece, but it has a layer of PUL inside it, which is what gives it its waterproofness but also its thinness to it. And when I used to make my own pads, I used to make them in a similar setup with microfleece and PUL. So I always really liked that setup, and it's just a really comfortable pad that I like wearing. I can even wear this with like a leotard and you can't see it really. It's just great, and that's why I put it into one of my top 3 favourites, because it's just a good combination of many things that works for my body. I'm not a huge fan of the print. I like it. As I said, I think it's cute, but it's not like my favourite print that I have. But it is a good length, although I choose to have it longer now. It's still a good length. It's a fabulous thickness, very absorbent for a regular flow pad, especially considering how thin it is, and it just contours really well to my body. So that is why I put this one in one of my top 3 favourite pads. My second pad that I picked is this 10-inch Novel Red Heavy Flow pad, and the reason I got sent this one as a sample, I didn't choose the pattern or anything, and I mean purple is my favourite colour, so I like it because of that, but it's not a print that I would have just picked out on its own. It's just like these little Cupid's arrows almost kind of going down the pad. But the reason I picked this to be one of my top 3 pads is because I always use this pad almost every single month on my heavy flow. It just is the right, again, it contours well for my body. It's the right sort of length for wearing while you're out and about. I wouldn't wear this one in bed because I like to recline quite a bit, and so I'd wear a longer pad for that. But for out and about on my heavy days, sorry, I can hear it squeaking. I just love it. It absorbs everything. You never leak through it. It's not too thick. I mean, it's not as thin as the County Cloth ones, but it's not ridiculously thick either, so it's not uncomfortable to wear. But it just, because I use it every month, I always reach for it. Just something obviously about me trusts it, which is why I thought I needed to put it into this video for my top 3 cloth pads, because it is one that I just reach for. If I could, I probably would choose a different print for this particular one, but as I said, because I use it so often and it works really well and it's really comfortable to wear, that's why I put it into the video. And the final pad I chose was completely different. This is my massive 15-inch So Sweet Creations overnight cloth pad. The reason I picked this to be my final pad in my top 3 is because it's the only overnight pad I found that completely covers me front to back. I've never leaked off this, I've never leaked through it. It's interesting actually because it's corduroy backed, it's not fleece backed, but it doesn't shift around, which is great. It's also not really thick, which is very hard to find with overnight pads and postpartum pads, as they're usually marketed as the same. They're usually quite thick, and I don't need the thickness because I don't bleed heavily overnight. I just really need the length, which is what I have with this one. And plus, it's got rainbows and unicorns on it, so how could you go wrong with rainbows and unicorns? At least I love that kind of stuff. You know, girly rainbows, bright colours, everything. If you know me, you know I love that sort of thing. So that is why I brought this one into my video, because almost certainly, without fail, I usually can't use a cup on the first night when I've got my period. I like to use cups overnight, but I'm a bit too crampy on the first day, so I will always reach for this one first. It's the first overnight pad I'll go to, and I use it consistently enough. I felt it just had to be in this video. So that was my So Sweet Creations, Novel Red, and County Cloth Creations, and I think they're all, if I'm not mistaken, US or Canada brands. So yeah, none of them are the UK, unfortunately, but they are my favourite pads. I thought would definitely have to be my top 3 cloth pads when I sorted through my drawers. For use, for colour, for practicality, just the way they work for me is great. Just because I like them though doesn't mean they'll work for your body type. But you guys asked me what my top 3 cloth pads were, so here they are. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please subscribe. Don't forget you can get cloth pads and menstrual cups to my website, Precious Stars, down below. And I will see you next week. Oh, actually, I'm going away on Friday until Tuesday coming up this week. So I'm going to try and film like a day in the life on Friday, and if I have decent internet connection while I'm away, I will try and upload it on holiday, but if not, it will be waiting for you when I get back. So there probably will only be one video spanning the Friday to Tuesday period coming up, but I apologise, what can I say, I need some sun. I'll speak to you soon, guys. Bye bye.